My man. What's good, bro?
Chilling, bro.
How much longer you in town for?
I'm here a couple more days, weeks.
Weeks?
Yeah.
Word.
So yeah,
Word.
just checking out a few, you know, things to
Things.
finish before
Before
I
you get
go
out of
home. Yeah.
Okay, word.
So,
What you working on?
just working on music that I and a friend of mine started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we formed a new band. So we're working on just like making our new tunes and
Word.
yeah.
Have
so.
you put like the band out there, like do people like the name and everything already?
Oh, this band is new. So like it's like me and him. We just put he has his own. He's like selling Punjabi and we're making it a new name. So it's gonna be like Megabi Roots.
Ah, word.
Yeah. So just yeah. So we're working for that now. So,
Yeah. So you gonna stay until that's done?
Yeah, we're almost done.
Okay.
I've been working on that for
a minute.
For a bit. Yeah.
That's
So
what's up.
yeah. So just like we're gonna be rehearsing and doing more new stuff. So
So what kind of music is it?
it's reggae music.
Reggae?
Yeah. So yeah, it's nice. It's very positive and
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you base it like you stay back home though, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty much like between here and home. So
Yeah.
I've been bouncing
Yeah.
6 months back home and 6 months here.
Oh, word.
You know,
Yeah.
most of the time. So the past few years, so yeah, so it's getting together. You know, to to put like all my musical career and also the projects that I'm doing back home.
Word.
Just it's coming together.
So
Yeah.
Do people listen to reggae music back home?
Oh yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. They do. I mean, reggae music has been like, I mean, you know, like it's been, like there has been like a lot of. It hasn't been like not like a crazy reggae fans, but there are like amazing reggae artists and also reggae fans, especially the young people. It's coming really big.
yeah, I mean, from what I see, I was actually having this conversation last night with somebody. Habesha circle is various. It's not as inclusive as like everybody else, but the one other nation that are like family is Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? We're all like the same.
Well, I find that interesting because a lot of Abisha people, I don't know, maybe this is older people, but they're like Jamaicans. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
it's just like, no, it's not that they're like, oh, like we're family. It's just like, yo, like, not that they find them annoying or anything. Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like Jamaicans are like so. Okay, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But like, like, no, it's just like that they're like, they revere Abisha culture so much, but like I don't feel like it goes the same on the flip side also.
Meaning like we don't revere their culture.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that. But that's just because that's my point. We don't necessarily revere anybody's culture.
Right,
we don't even come to America and do anything American.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many,
Yeah.
like, we do, but, like, the majority of, like, especially the older generation, what do they do?
Yeah.
They have their own friends, they eat their own food, like, there's no assimilation. Yeah, exactly. It's like, we don't even need, exactly, it's all that. It's not, like, whatever other, like, community organizations, nah, it's like, we keep it in their own circle, so, but that's what I'm saying, the only other group I've ever seen included in that is Jamaican. And so, like, for what it's worth, it makes a lot of sense if reggae music is something that's big in Ethiopia. It's about time that it's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I get that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Reggae music has been actually like the Ethiopian. There has been Ethiopian like big reggae artists, from long time, but like now more and more, and you see like a lot of amazing. Producers like who does like really reggae, straight from Addis and from Awasa.
Yeah.
So I mean it's getting really like it's opened up and
for sure.
It's involved more people.
I mean, I don't know a lot of Ethiopian music that has been influenced by anything else other than Ethiopia.
Yeah.
When I think of Ethiopian music, I don't think of like so it makes sense that at some point something is gonna come in, and if anything else, it should be reggae. I just feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the first step to Western sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. That and also like the jazz, like Ethio jazz, is like
So that was the first. Right?
That is the first. That's just like I've been like working with Mulatto Statgate when I was a student as an assistant. Okay. So like I've learned so much, and like that's when I got like open for, just like for this jazz and like how he's using our music, and also just like incorporating and making this dope music. So it's really amazing and fascinating to see how it's been transformed to be like now Ethio jazz is a thing. Just after 40 years, like he's been grinding for 40 years. Back in the day, people didn't like, what is he doing? I remember like he was like.
But I saw videos, like I heard it was like really it was gonna explode, and if the whole dynasty didn't fall apart and that whole everything that's happened over the last 40 years, like Ethio jazz would probably be way bigger up by then, because it was like a movement that was going on right before the whole collapse happened.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So it sucks. Like he had to. It's almost like because he kept grinding the whole time. It's like Ethiopia had to catch up to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it went back down and it had to come back up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you studied under him?
I mean, I went to Yared Music School.
Okay.
In Addis Ababa University, and then while I was a student there, so just like there are like professors from Harvard and Berkeley music professors who were working with mulattoes that day, so they were doing like a concert for us, like a concert for us, and also like having some kind of workshop with them, and so so like I happened to be like Mulatto invited me to help him like with a few things. He's not help him, he was helping me pretty much. So just like I've seen him. I'm pretty much like doing most of like his tour around the world, and just like just writing back and forth and stuff like that. And but just I've seen him, how he's doing the music, and also how he's just like what we have, like he's always focused on what you have, like the music. In Ethiopia, the music, when you go in different parts of Ethiopia, there is still and just not like they're amazing, that there is a lot of gold music out there who hasn't been exposed for the media or whatever. For sure. So he has been working on those music, and just like making was modern, and so that created a lot and a big movement. And he started like African Jazz Village, and he found that. And
what is that? Is that like
it's like it's like it's a jazz music, and he had a radio show. Started with like African Jazz Village, and he talked about the different music. When he talked, he started as like if he's playing somebody's music, he talks about the history of it, and also just like so that people can understand and have them educated.
Everybody.
So that was really, I remember that was like people didn't understand. People try to catch up, but he was way far. And so but right now it's just coming up, and it's all over Ethiopia, like all the jazz scene.
It's crazy.
So pretty dope.
How long you been making music?
Well, I went to Yared Music for 5 years, starting from 2005. But I started music back in the days when I was young. And I went to church, Mekane Jesus church, and that's where I picked up, playing a guitar. I was in a choir, so like, so I started
that's how
to learn.
I picked up, like, I used to make beats, and I picked up my sound from playing the kodo. Like when I was young, I used to be the the one in the church playing the cabrero. Like not just like the Muslim. I'm talking about like the Knicks. You know, like overnight when they're like up front doing those odd rhythms that people don't know. I used to pick them up real fast as a kid, and everybody used to wonder like, how does he know them? Because I wasn't trained to know the sounds. I would just see my dad do it, and I would go sit down and just do it. You know what I mean? So it's funny how like the church is like the gateway for a lot of people into music.
It's really really amazing. It's I actually first started like my mom brought me the masinko, and for my brother Krar. We tried, and but like more I pursue because I was in the choir, so like you kind of wanna, you know, just you have to play, and you just practice, and then when you're standing in the congregation, you gotta play and stuff. So but that just kept me like dive into music, and
that's what's up.
And then when I grew up and I got to study at the Art Music School, and ever since I've been around music.
Word.
Yeah.
My understanding is you do other stuff for like skateboarding and stuff too, though.
Yes, I do.
What's that about?
Well, it's
I'm sure there's a lot. So
it's so it's called MegabiSkate. It's known as MegabiSkate too previously.
Okay. Yeah.
So we started using skateboarding and teaching youth how to skateboard, and it's pretty much a transformational center where kids can come and just hang out and skate, and it's a positive environment. So just for them to be able to excel their skills of skateboarding, and giving them the tools, where they can find their passion and find this like really really great things that they so skateboarding is really,
it's like an outlet.
It's an outlet. Yeah. For sure. I started like that. It was when the 2007. That's when I first brought skateboarding to Ethiopia, and when I had a chance to travel to Europe, so that's when I myself got into skateboarding. So, but I brought.
So you got into it while you were in Europe. Sometime around 2007, and then you came back to Ethiopia. So you brought that.
I brought that, and
that's fire.
Yeah. So.
Isn't it crazy how like literally we could just bring stuff to an entire country? Like it's like, oh y'all didn't have this before, bam! Like over on this other side of the world, like everybody's doing it.
It's super crazy. It's I was not like, I didn't know at the beginning that it's gonna go like this amazing, just like it's going this far. So literally I just went there. I saw the first time I grew up in Addis, so I never saw skateboarding myself, I didn't know what it's called. So when I was like first year or something, at the Art Music, I think, so like I got it's actually high school, the end of high school. That's when I got to travel to Europe to play some Ethiopian music.
Oh, dope. So music led you to
music led me to skateboarding.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's a dope story.
So when I was in Europe, so I saw this kid just like, doing kickflip and just like going, so I just had to, I was like, what is that thing? I just I went straight and I asked him I asked him to show me and everything. So then I got into skateboarding. Ever since I've been like, I fell in love with it, and then I brought it back to Ethiopia, and that's how the whole thing started.
So how does what has come from that? Because I don't skateboard, but I've seen the movement. Yeah. So like personally, how has that helped you? Relationships, like who have you met because of that? Like I've heard that it's led for a lot of things from you. We're barely getting to know each other now, but that's what I've heard. I was like, like MegabiSkate, like that, and I've heard like Tony Hawk, like all sorts of random shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's it's crazy how it takes you. For me, honestly speaking, I didn't know about Tony Hawk or any skateboarding thing because I didn't grow up in that kind of culture.
Right.
And I didn't know much about it. So what I started is that like I had my skateboard, and I loved it. So I used to skate at night, in Addis, like when the cars are just like past midnight. So that's when you'll be able to go on the main roads and skate. So I used to do that, and then one time I always wanted to do like something in the neighborhood where I grew up, which is in Shoromida neighborhood. There is not so much like inspirational thing for the kids. When I grew up, I didn't see like we used to have like a big fields where we go and play soccer. But at that time, like all those spots has been taken away, and then the kids didn't pretty much, it gotten really worse. So kids didn't have a place to go and just do like that kind of stuff. So they end up going into trouble. Just especially my neighborhood was like a little bit rough. So I've seen like, so I was like, I want to do something that can there to show them that there is more, like this is not it. Sometimes you get what you see is what you want to be. So as a kid, when you grow up, if you see a dude who's like snitching and just like taking bad things, so like that's a big deal. Oh, when I grow up I want to be like him. He's so I want to create something for the kids, like there is so much more, like and I didn't know how to start, but it's a time like when I was talking to sharing this story with my mom. She's like, you got to use what you have. What do you have? Like, what is something that you really love? And use what you have. And that was for me an insight. Like I was like, I gotta bring that thing. This is a skateboard I fell in love. I know how it feels when I first saw it the first time. And I brought it out on the street and showed them how to skateboard, and they fell in love with it. Dude, the next day, like we only had one skateboard. Remember? So I had to just like when I go, so like I had to take the skateboard, back in the house, right? So if we, because that's the only thing. So on the next day when I come back to the neighborhood, the kids made like from this plastic jar, the water jar, the yellow where we carry water. So they cut the plastic, the hard plastic, and then put it under their shoes, and like from the hill they were just like sliding down. They were just like skate, idiot, skate. And I was like, yo, for me it makes everything sense. I was like, yo, I am supposed to be doing this. Like these kids inspired me to do this, So I saw them and just like I was like, okay, I was determined. I started like bring the skateboard, hang out, skate, they take turns, 30, 40 kids lining up, and they take a turn to take a ride basically. And then that thing started to evolve, and my friends, I invited a friend of mine from here, from he's a musician. So he brought me 6 more skateboards. And then that's just like it changed the game, know. So fire. Dude, like the entire kids were hanging out in our spot, and then I asked my parents, if I could use their backyard. So basically hanging out in the backyard and skating, and then that became like our spot. We became like a family. It started creating a community. And they look up me, and so I share them like my experience, how I used to think like doing wrong things is fun, but now I have passed through that, so I can give them little tips. So I was just sharing how I grew up and all the struggles, and so they don't have to think this is it. There is more. They can do more, and just that kind of brotherhood, sisterhood.
For sure.
So that just started to grow, and then some other team like skaters from Florida, they heard, and they brought the first pro skater, Simon Woodstock.
Okay.
He was the first like skaters team who came to Ethiopia.
Wow.
to support my program, and they came like about 10 skaters, pros came to the neighborhood, and I asked them to show us how to build ramps.
Damn.
Yeah, so and then we went to Mercato and just like bought all the stuff, and then we came back, and then we all were like building together. So I believe you know, just so that we can know next we can build our own.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
built with your own hands.
We built together. So they showed us how to cut and everything. Like, you know, just we built a half pipe, and we kept on like building like quarter pipe, wooden ramps, you know.
Yeah.
So and then that thing started to get viral, you know, just like people started to come to that neighborhood like from everywhere.
Yeah.
Like from Brazil, from like professional skateboarders from Brazil, from Europe, from everywhere. And then it became a community thing. So like just like that spot, what it used to be known was like, you know, at the rough neighborhood, now it became like a spotlight, you know, the cool spot where people are coming.
Bro, that's so deep.
You know, so it's really inspiring. It's just I am more inspired. Like the kids gave me a meaning. Like, you know, the more I start to work with them, the more I start to see like what I should be doing, what I should be just pushing forward. And that just escalating started to become, and they got nominated as for Global Citizen, like as a positive movement, and then they put it out on their thing, and we became the winner for the Global Citizens.
Whoa, shit! Wait, what?
Yeah, the Global Citizen, they do an award.
It's
2013.
Okay.
2013, they do an award like people like. It's called like Africa with Love. So it is basically people from their own community making a positive impact, like creative positive impact. So they had like from different parts of Africa, different like people who does like changing their community, and we were part of it. So we were one of them. So they put that, and you know they selected from all those nominees, and then
y'all won.
We were the number one. So
number one.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
So
that's
it was
crazy.
Yeah, in 2013 we got that, and that thing started to be like really getting all over, and I met Tony Hawk. I met Tony Hawk 2012. 2012. I think 2012. Yeah. I came here like doing some music. It was my friend who brought the 6 skateboards, you know. From here, man. Yeah, he's from LA. Okay. So like with him.
Comes full circle. This guy's a good friend, man.
Keep him around. He's the dopest dude, man.
Skateboards, tell me how, yeah.
So just like that thing, I came doing music and stuff, and then so like our mutual friend was Tony Hawk. So like Tony Hawk heard about work, so like he said like I want to meet him, you know, just like, and then you know they connected us, and then like finally I met him here in LA, and then just showed him like, you know, what I'm doing, showed him the ramps that we built and everything. And then he was so stoked, and he's just like, ever since, like, we became like homies. Like, he really loves it, and he knows, like, you know, everything I do is like from love, and I'm doing it just using what I have. So that's how I started from the beginning. I believe on, you know, just I'm gonna start something new from what I have. And that's how I started with a single board. I want to create these things moving forward, so that it can get to somewhere, you know, just like so that it can inspire this youth, you know, the coming generation, that you know everybody can, you know, use what they have, and then that can be a will for them to get away.
For sure.
And
use what you have. I mean, it's a basic, you know, thing, but it's a basic idea, but most people don't. People are always looking outside of what they have. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually one of them. Like when I was coming to the neighborhood, I always wanted to do something for the youth. And then I was thinking, I want to create like some kind of a big center where the kids can come and get inspired and stuff. But like, I was looking like I don't have money, I don't have connection, I don't have nothing. And like, I end up being frustrated You know, just I didn't know where to start and with what I should start. But I know I am there for a reason. I know I'm there to do something in my community.
Absolutely.
But I didn't know how and where to start. So until my mom tells me, like, you know, use your half. She's very, like, amazing woman, and she was just telling me, like, about the story. You guys know, like, the Moses story in the Bible. So she started telling me, like, you know, Moses, when he's closer to the Red Sea, you know, when the enemy is coming to destroy from behind, and then the Red Sea in front, and he didn't know what to do. Finally, you know, he started to ask God, and God told him to use the staff that he has. And Moses has that staff the whole time, but he never know. You know, he was looking at the problems, and
little did you know, this staff.
He's like, God told him use the staff,
you know. Use what you got.
This is how my mom put it to me, and it makes so perfect sense at that time. So, like, she's like, you know, sometimes you don't know, genius. Like, what you have. It may look like tiny and little, but, you know, that's where it is. Like, that's your stuff. That's your thing. And if you start looking at the things and the storms and the problems and what you don't have and stuff, you got distracted. And then you end up doing nothing. So, you know, what do you have? What do you have at your hands? Like, everybody have got a gift. Maybe music, maybe, you know, art, paintings, and whatever gifts that you have. Like, something that you really love. So that is the thing. So she was telling me that. For me, it just make a very perfect sense. The next day, I brought the skateboard outside, and then a day later, like, everything make perfect sense. So that's why I know I am born to do this. You know, just like, you know, just inspire the youth, and then it just kept on moving through that, and it became a big movement now. You know.
That's super tight, man.
So
that's super tight. So you keep up with you balance that with music, or really you don't have to do much with this anymore? It's kind of like organic. It's kind of taken off on its own. The skating thing.
Oh, the skating thing. For a while, I hold on my music when I was doing MegabiSkate, aka EthioSkate. So, but like,
what's the word? What's with that? Because I've heard different names. There's EthioSkate, like, so what's?
Yeah, I mean,
is it one group? Is it two groups?
It's EthioSkate, as like it's known. I started with EthioSkate.
Yeah.
So, like, still everywhere known was EthioSkate, but I got like a few like online problem. People took the name, and you know, and the domain and stuff like that. So that's why I had to switch the EthioSkate, just to change it to MegabiSkate.
Yeah.
So gotcha. So that way, you know, just want to keep doing what I'm doing. You know?
So is there somebody who's still using that name though? EthioSkate?
EthioSkate, no, right now, no, not they're paused, so we're still dealing with that.
Okay.
With the EthioSkate, but they're not using it. I think they're not using it now.
They're not doing anything right now.
No. But I've had like 3 different bad experiences with that.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, just like people from Australia, France, and from US. Like, you know, when you do something, until this time, like, I do most of the thing from you know, just from my own expense. I finance the whole project.
Yeah. So
you know, just these days on the social media and, you know, crowdfund and stuff like that, you know, they found it like on 2014-15, they found it like a target where it's like dope stuff that where you can use through crowdfund and get a lot of money. So a guy from Australia did it first, and then he got away with it finally when people are fighting back, and then another lady from France tried.
Whoa! And then, so they're just like, it's like a Ponzi scheme. They're using the name just to crowdfund, and then they keep
crowdfund and they get away with it. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, this is like really. I mean, I was so pissed about it. Like, at the time, I mean, it's a very big distraction. for me, like especially if you are when you are doing your thing, you know, from genuine and just doing it from your own. And I started with the theme of like, you know, do with what you have theme, and then people found it, like especially online, you know. So yeah, so
Word.
Yeah, so that is the issue why I got to like switch it,
name.
you know.
So MegabiSkate's what we're going with now.
Yeah, MegabiSkate is what we're going with it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
what does that mean?
Megabi it's Amharic word. It's mean giver. You know, Megabi.
Gotcha.
It's
okay.
giver, provider. So you know, for positivity. It's got you know, Megabi always brings something to give and to feed, and to feed the mind, to feed your soul, to feed your physical, you know, wholeness. So it's got that thing behind, and also it's very personal to me, because once I was a kid, when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I used to, you know, life was pretty rough. It was during, you know, just the hard time, the entire in Ethiopia. So there was only one bakery where you go and buy bread. So it used to be like a lot of, like, you have to wake up early in the morning to go get it. So I used to enjoy doing that. Then my dad used to tell me like, you're Megabi, you know, you're Megabi na ilanyan. So like that just inspired me. Every time when he says that, like, I was like, I want to do more, you know. The next day you try to get up early in the morning and do that. So like that thing pretty much like means so much for me, like how when you call somebody and that like you are a solution for the problem. So once my dad used to call me that, so now I'm calling the youth, you know. They're the givers, they're the providers, they're the solution makers. So that's what Megabi means.
Yeah,
so MegabiSkate is
you're
like,
deep dude, man. Shit.
Yeah, man, dude.
You got a lot of dope shit going on.
Yeah, so
that's fire.
Yeah, that was like, it turned out for the better, and it made me all the challenge, you know. Sometimes when you're going through, it looks like it's coming to destroy you, but like, you know, later on you just turn it around and see it refines you, you know, just make you more like, you know, it just comes to build you up, and then you just gotta keep on moving, you know, never stop, you know, for stuff like that. So that is the thing I have learned, you know.
That is the big message overall. It doesn't matter what you're doing, actually.
Yeah. I mean,
you're gonna go through it.
Yeah.
You just don't stop.
You just don't stop, man. There's like, if it was anything, I would have stopped like long time ago because of this challenge. You know, there are other challenges too, like, you know, doing, when you start something first, anywhere, anything, there's a resistance.
So the first damn skateboard. That is so wild.
So have you had issues with like police or trying to skate around? Or, like, witnesses?
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it's. Think it is? Like, I can just imagine.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you like in this way, right? So like one time we were skating, you know, just like a bunch of us, like we get up early in the morning. So before we have our spot, so we get up early in the morning before the, you know, the car and everybody starts. So like 5:30 in the morning, and skate in the neighborhood, just on the asphalt before the cars and the people start like, you know, getting busy with it. So people like, you know, complain, and then they, you know, tell for the police, and the police came and always chase us, like especially when I'm not around, they chase the kids and then like take their skateboard and stuff like that. And one time, like I never forget, like I was coming home, like you know, just we had a usual time to a meeting up time, and it's on Saturday. So when I'm coming, so like one of the kids was just like wait for me, like way before we got to the neighborhood. And then he's like, don't go to the neighborhood. I was like, why? So there's like all the kids are in like in the police station. They took them to the police station. Why? So they told them, they're looking for you. They're looking the man who's like the main guy who's doing this. so I was like, so some of the kids who just escaped from the police, they were the one who's waiting for me to tell me.
Word, yeah.
So and then I was like, where did they go? And then I went, and I was so pissed because like, it's like some of the kids were like very young, just like they were not supposed to be there, they were not supposed to be there at all. So like I was so pissed. So like I started like yelling, getting into the police station. Usually it's not common, like police station, you don't want to mess with them. I was so pissed. So I started like saying that. So the police were just like looking at me, and I was like, and then I was like, you guys are doing wrong. You're supposed to take care of the kids, and right now look what you're doing. And and then the guy told me to go and talk to the main police guy. And then I got into the guy, and then I asked him like, why do you do this? Why do you put them in jail? And they say that, do you know this asphalt road? We built this asphalt so that the ambulance will come in, so the cars, but you guys are using a cushineta. You guys know the cushineta?
No.
So I'll explain that. Cushineta is like, it's when we were a kid, we used that, like it's a metal, it's a wheel, a kind of metal wheel.
Okay.
Where like you it's pretty solid and hard, so sometimes it can destroy the road.
Oh, okay.
So
he was saying that.
So he was saying your skateboard is like destroying the road, the cushineta. So you guys, like, you don't know how much we pay, how much the government pay, how much the people pay to build this road, and you guys are destroying it. And then we're just like, no, this is like, I had to explain him, this is not the cushineta, it's got a wheel. It's got like, it's a rubber. So I told him it's a little car, basically. But it was
a little car. You had to break it down like that.
But it was like they never understood what it was. I mean, I can understand, because I thought when I first saw the guy doing kickflip, I'm honestly telling you guys, I thought there was a magnet. There's no way the board come back to your feet. Like, you jump and it's just getting back to your feet. Dude.
So I thought that was a magnet.
There was some kind of magnet between your feet and the board. There's no way.
Yeah,
it's just like,
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So like,
it makes sense though.
Yeah, so like, so you feel like there is something, But I understand. Like, it was, people freak out. When you're skating, people start to run away. And so I I understand why they're doing that.
Are they cool with it now though?
Oh, they're the main supporters now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because like it took them a little bit, because mainly when I started kids who doesn't have no one to look up to or no one to mentor them. Kids who've been going in troubles, in the neighborhood, and then some of them have been like, have experience going back and forth in jail and stuff like that, by stealing or stuff like that in the neighborhood. So when you get as a team, like a group of, mainly boys were at that time, so they think that you're forming kind of like a group or a gang or something. So like people like was looking suspicious, like they were like, what, but like what we did is after that is like we started getting into at my parents' backyard. That was like that's a spot where for all of us to transform in a way where like we started talking about let's go in the neighborhood before we skate, go around every Saturday morning is a time. We call it in Amariña, we call it Sauya Mas Desechakan. So it's just basically to make people happy, just it's a time, basically just a give back time.
Yeah.
So let's go in the neighborhood and help out for free.
Word.
We go around the neighborhood, we fetch water for mothers who doesn't have no one to help them, and we go and just find a way to be helpful for our community.
Word.
And then that's how like we go around everything, you know, they go and help out, carry stuff who can carry, and clean their house and clean the neighborhood, and just doing something positive. So the people started to see them and they were like, wow, these kids are not really like a bad kids. They're actually doing something in the community. So like they started to started to love us and just started to understand and come and ask me like, oh, how can we help you guys and stuff like that. And that became like a thing. And that started to grow where like so and then like we after we do this the thing, we go and skate. So people started to just help us, and like they were like, okay, give us advice or whatever, and that just changed the people's attitude and perception about us. And also we started this thing called Dream Big Stage. We did in the backyard, where like we discuss, just after the skate session, we sit and then like we talk about like life and just hang out. And so some of the kids ask, okay, we skate and everything, so what, like, how is it gonna help me? Because there is other needs too, you can't deny. And like they talk about like if they have some kind of habit where they can go and just steal or whatever, when you tell them don't do that, so like that's a survival mode for some people.
For sure.
So like kind of dealing with that kind of thing. That's why we started a Dream Big Stage in the compound. And then at the Dream Big Stage, literally I wrote that after we have like this deep discussion, and I heard their question. They know, like the kids know like a lot of things that like I didn't know, and a lot of things that like I didn't think that they know. They know a lot of deep stuff. And yeah, so just to do that, we wrote simply like Dream Big Stage. So like whenever you are on that stage, you don't say that I want to be this, so I am this. So think about whatever gifts that you have, what makes you happy, what is like the thing that you really love to do, like what is the thing that you can't wait to do it, like when you finish school or when you do whatever. So kids starts to tell me like some music, some dance, some likes to create like poetry and stuff like that. So on the Dream Big Stage, I wrote that down simply, and then like when you are on that stage, you say what you would like to be. So you say like you don't say I want to be, you say I am this. So I'm a musician, some of the kids they say, they say I'm a poet, and they do the things as the musician perform on the stage. It's like a homies, so it's just like a fun little thing. So like everybody's sitting on the dusty floor, and then we have like one thing written a little bit, one stair up on, we call it the veranda, the porch, and we all just like chilling, and having fun. And then everyone goes on the stage and say I want to be this, no, I am this, and do that. And some do some comedy stuff, and some do fashion show. And the girls, we have the girls from the very beginning, like I've like almost the same year that I've started. We had
you were inclusive. It was girls involved, not just guys.
Yeah, not just guys.
Skate team for just girls, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, we had and then like they had Muluk and.
Say that again. There's a skate team for
just for girls.
Just for
girls
girls.
Skate team.
Word.
Yeah, so MegabiSkate girls, they're like the first girl skate teams in Africa.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So
It's legendary.
Yeah, dude.
So fire, bro. What?
Yeah, man.
Come on.
Bro. Yeah, dude. So yeah, it's just all the little thing, and especially the Dream Big just started to make a huge impact. We started just simply having fun, you know.
Yeah.
Say, hey, what do you want to be? I want to be this, you know, just like your homies, so you're not ashamed to do whatever you want. So but I tell them, like, really think about what you're really good at, and it's just like that's who you are, and just like have fun with it, you know. Just get up on the stage and show your thing, and kids start to do that, and that thing I saw a lot of talent in it, a lot of musicians, poets. There is a very famous kid starting from 2014. He came when he was 2 years old. Still, he's rocking by the name President Dagi. So yeah, he's like, I want to be president before he be able like to speak very well. So like he's very good by storytelling, and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just like creating a creative space for them to do whatever they want.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
So like, our generation right now is, even with, you know, this platforms like this and like the other platforms online, we're just cracking into it here, like being comfortable with getting into the creative world, knowing how our parents wanted us to live and what we had to deal with as first generation Americans. This is here.
Yeah.
And you're doing it there. Like, I don't think, like, you understand how big that is, bro.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thanks, dude.
Seriously, bro.
Thanks, bro.
I had no idea. Like, I knew about MegabiSkate. Like, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
But, like, to hear the story.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And, like, even the stage thing. It's like, it's bigger than just skating. It's just like, it's an outlet. It's like, hey, yo, embrace who you are. Period.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Man. That's super tight.
That is really amazing. We're actually working on a music together with some of the kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be coming up soon. I'll let you guys know. But it's like some fire musicians are out there too.
Yeah.
You know, so the Dream Big event nowadays we do it once a month out on the street. The police will hold the main street for us.
Yeah.
For like Sunday afternoon, it's just the whole street is for us. They block the road, no cars, and then we set up the stage.
They used to lock you up, man.
They used to lock us.
Now they block out the streets for you.
Yeah, man. Now they just like, you know, protect you and stuff like that, you know.
Fire.
So yeah, we set up a stage, and then on that stage the kids perform and sing and do their thing. And once a month we have like guest speaker.
Yeah.
So just like, you know, whoever, you know, just growing up, there was one person who really inspired me, Dr. Yeshitala. He was he was telling his story how he grew up and how he, you know, how he made it in life.
Yeah.
And he told he doesn't have parents, and then like he was like the last, like he fell about 5 times in grade first. So people thought like he cannot educate. He's like, you know, so but like so he told me like how he became in his life, and he's a doctor, and then he was like sharing the story, and that just like I still remember as a young kid his story, you know, became a point of light for me that I can do too. You know. So the same thing on this Dream Big stage, I bring a person, somebody to come on the stage and share their story. You know, because from your story, like there is at least one kid he became a point of light, you know. So most of the time, you know, people just like with their current status, like he can be like very successful right now, but we don't know how, like the steps and the things that he went through. So like the Dream Big stage is a spot for people like you and me to come there and share their story, so that at least one person will see like, okay, if he can do it, I can do it too.
For sure.
You know, so like I brought like a lot of musicians and different from different professions, a pilot, and who have like story who want to come and give back, dance performers and stuff, like anybody like comes once a month and share their story. So like the Dream Big stage will have like it's like putting a fire into the kids, you know. Boom, you know. So that's pretty dope.
I got this program we're actually starting this winter called Diaspora Homecoming. Where we go back and amongst like different events, part of it is you know, like days of service and stuff too. It would be really dope if we could find a way.
That would be so dope, man. We're all about it, bro.
Clearly.
Like
you feel me?
Dude. Definitely. Yeah. So it's you know, just a few years, just you cannot like every year pass by, like, you know, you see some kid getting like, you know, imagine like 4, 5, 6 years from now, like, you know, just some of them like where they would
President,
be.
what was his name? President what?
Daggy.
President Daggy.
Yeah.
Yo, he finna grow up, man.
Man.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I've been documenting everything for them, like as much as I can. So it's just,
we gotta do that.
Yeah, it's just definitely.
Like this is no jokes aside, no, but this is like legendary thing.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah, dude. That's like I document everything, bro. Everything.
Yeah.
And you know, someday these legends will be like, you know.
Yeah.
You know, there will be their life things where, you know, they got inspired, and just to give them like, you know, just like
the next one it's gonna create that effect.
Absolutely.
Somebody had to do it first, man.
Yeah
It's crazy, man.
So do you plan on expanding to other cities?
Oh yeah, it's already expanding to other cities.
So where's it at now?
We have in Bahar Dar.
Cool.
And Arba Minch. We have a team in Awasa too.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
all out there.
Yeah, so it's good. It's inspired a lot of people, and yeah. So like there are like people from even outside of Ethiopia. They wanna have like in Spain.
Yeah.
Like they wanna have the MegabiSkate in Spain. They wanna start it, and you know, just like whoever who have that passion. You know, I'm with them, and just like, you know, grinding with the same vision, same, you know, just we all like a big family. Just it's all about.
We're gonna talk off air. There's a lot. There's a lot that you can do.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Yeah. So
speaking internationally, if I'm not mistaken, you were behind the team of getting skateboarding at the 2020 Olympics.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, yeah, it's on 2015, I got invited to do a speech at the Skateboarding Hall of Fame.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so they do like every year they induct, like, you know, the legends, and so they choose MegabiSkate as one of the positive thing about skateboarding. How skateboarding actually can change. Is making a very tangible change in the world. You know, so they invited me to come and speak out there, and I thought I was just gonna come and speak there, and I spoke there, and just like we had a discussion and stuff like that, and then later on, they invited me to be part of the team, so that like you know, on 2016. There was when the Olympics was at Rio, if you guys remember. So some of our representatives, they were gonna go there and you know, bring skateboarding part of the Olympics. So part of MegabiSkate is like the positive side of skateboarding, so it became like a representation of skateboarding, the positive side. You know, most of the time, you know, people think like skateboarders are like this and that, rebels, like, and this and that, you know. So but like skateboarding also like is changing lives, you know, just like tangible lives through, you know, through the wheel, through the skateboard. Because of skateboard, like there has been a lot of kids who became positively impacted and changed, you know. So our story became like one of the face of skateboarding, changing positively. So that story is very important for bringing to the Olympics, and how it's involving community. So yeah.
That's dope. So is Ethiopia going to be at the Olympics for skateboarding?
Yeah, we are pushing it. You know. Yeah, we're pushing it. So yeah. So it's gonna be so dope. 2020, man.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. Where is that 2020?
It's gonna be in Japan.
Japan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's gonna be in Japan, man.
You gonna be there then?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna be there for sure. But I'm pushing for our kids.
Yeah.
Hopefully one guy from Ethiopia will represent. Yeah. And but our name is there now.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
Because of that, like, you know, we put our name in there, you know. So you don't know where it's taking you. You just gotta focus on your gifts and things that you're doing, being faithful for what you have and for, you know, what you're doing, and it'll take you to all the places that you don't even know, you know. So yeah, for me sometimes it's like a dream, you know. It's just like, wow, it's just, you know, when you just think about it, it feels like it's yesterday.
Yeah.
But you know, we have come
a long way.
Yeah. So
that's super tight.
Yeah, dude.
You've gotten pretty up there. Skateboarding Hall of Fame, the Olympics, like, does it get any higher than that?
Yeah, man. I'm honored, man. Like skateboarding. Thanks to skateboarding, you know. Thanks for that there, you know. When I first saw skateboard, I was like, what is this thing?
It's a magnet.
It's a magnet in it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, skateboarding is like the most amazing thing, because it also teaches you to be like very, you know, you don't never give up when you're doing skateboard.
Yeah, you gotta be tenacious to learn how to skate.
You gotta, yeah.
Very disciplined, like dedicated to it. It's like me right now. I can't just go jump on a skateboard and just take off.
Yeah,
it's gonna.
You gotta.
Yeah. It's a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a commitment.
Commitment for sure.
And never give up on it. You know.
That's what's up. And now you're bringing it full circle. You're coming back to music and creating a new band. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, so I'm doing now I have a chance to do the music. Because, you know, those kids who I first have them in the team, they're grown ups now. Yeah. They're the leader for MegabiSkate. They do the whole program. So it doesn't I'm not required to be there. So the MegabiSkate can go without me. So now, like, they let me.
And that's how you know you really establish something, when you can, as a individual, step away from it, and now it is a movement on its own. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not that you're always MegabiSkate.
Yeah, I'm always MegabiSkate, but yeah.
But like it can be self-sufficient with other people, man. Yeah. So you really did it right.
Yeah, man. It's I'm so honored to see this all thing, man.
For sure.
It's a blessing, you know.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? Like, what's next for you music-wise? Once you get this band, and you're just gonna release it to the public, so nobody knows about the name.
The new thing? Yet. No, not yet.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we're breaking this. It's breaking news right now.
It's breaking news, man.
Yeah. Word.
Yeah, it's a breaking news.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Megabi Roots.
Word.
Yeah. So, you know, so that's our new band, and so
fire.
I saw on Instagram that you were working with Korn, the band Korn.
Yeah.
Does that have anything to do with this?
Yeah, with the band Korn, we did a collaboration.
With your band?
That's
tight. Yeah, so, I used to love Korn.
Yeah, Korn is there. It's so dope, right?
Amazing. I used to be a huge metalhead.
Yeah, they're so dope. So we made like this beat. It's called like reggae Korn.
Oh shit!
It's a whole new genre.
It's a new genre, man.
Was it like
it's like
metal mixed with reggae?
Metal mixed with reggae.
Interesting. Yeah. Reggae Korn.
Yeah, reggae Korn, man.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's fire, man. It's fire. Yeah,
I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, dude.
Same
for sure.
Yeah. So, we've been doing that, and
how do we keep track? It's like follow you. Do you have your social media? How do people keep up?
For now, it's on MegabiSkate.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll do everything from there.
Yeah, okay, yeah. From there, we're gonna announce there are some new thing coming up soon.
Spell Megabi for me in English.
So Megabi, it's like mega, MEGA, BI.
Word.
Megabi.
I mean, that's what I figured, to be honest, but just Megabi. So anybody who listens knows how to search it.
Yeah. So Megabi, MEGABI.
Yeah. MegabiSkate.
Yeah.
MegabiSkate. Word.
Yeah. MegabiSkate. So, through that
I'm definitely keeping tabs, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like this is like an impact on the world, and you've already left it. Like you've already left the impact on the world, and you're a young dude, man. Oh, so more power to you, bro.
Man, appreciate you. Thank you.
For sure, man.
Thank you, homie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Awesome.
Anything else you wanna ask the man, the myth, the legend, standing sitting right in front of us? You feel me?
For real, man. I think all's been said. That's.
What about you? Anything great. You want to get off? Any last thing? Anything you want people to know outside of what you've already told us?
Yeah, I think it's more of like we're gonna drop on Megabi music, of the music from the kids.
Okay.
Yeah, that's also coming up. So yeah, just
Yeah, so you're keeping it all really in the same. It's like it's one big organism.
Yeah. It's coming as a big organization.
Yeah.
And so anybody who would like to come and involve, and we haven't started taking donations yet, so but
that's what I was gonna talk about, like off air, like structure and all that, especially to make sure that other kind of stuff doesn't happen again.
That
sort of thing.
Yeah. So
that's more of what I like to get into.
Yeah.
I'm a very protective individual. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
So yeah, bro.
Yeah, brother, man.
Yeah, man. We gotta protect the culture, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Respect, man. Yeah. So, just like we are usually work with people who are, who wants to come and just like be involved with the kids, and we have variety of thing where like we have a music program going on where, and art, like paintings and arts and stuff. So whoever who have a gifts and different things who wants to give back, MegabiSkate is a perfect place to come. We'd be so happy to have you guys. And so there are lots of talent out there.
Yeah.
So just just like we will.
It's funny how things work out. I was literally talking to somebody last night about, and I'm not gonna mention who, but a musician in our community, about taking them back there, and they're like, "How do I want to do something impactful. I want to talk to a bunch of kids." I'm like, "Oh, perfect." Yeah. Now here we are.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So.
Say this, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for having me, bro.
For sure, man. Thank you for coming through.
Yeah, you're welcome,
being patient with me. I know
man.
I'm really late, I appreciate you, man. For sure.
Of course, my brother.
For sure, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Boom.
I truly appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
For sure, man.
Thank you.
That's it, man. We all set.
Thank you,
for sure.
Yep.
Oh, man. That was tight.